I am Kat Woods. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to take care of your leather. Whether you have leather journals, leather notebooks, leather Bibles. This is going to be a video that you're going to want to watch, all right? So make sure you sit down with a cup of coffee, some tea, whatever you like to drink, because this is going to be a good size video. All right, so the first you're going to need are a couple of basic tools. You can get them at your local CVS has them, Walmart has them, some grocery stores even have the basic essentials that you need. You can always upgrade your items later on throughout your journey, but for now, just get the basic stuff. That's what I did. That's a lot of the time, that's what everyone does. All right, so first, what you're going to need are some wipes. Make sure you get the fragrant free. Don't get no scented stuff. We don't need that scented stuff because it could possibly mess with the color of the dye that's either on your notebook or on your Bible. So get the scented free. All right. So we're not having to hear this noise more than once. I'm going to take out my wipe. I'm going to put that away. Okay, the next thing that you're going to need is a horse brush. Make sure it's 100% horse brush. Don't get anything else besides this, all right? Then you're going to need some kind of conditioner. There's tons of conditioners. Get whichever you like the best. I like this one from Cheap Sparrow. It is the beautiful, beautiful, like, it has like a summer scented smell, and it could be because of the shea butter. But it's beeswax and shea butter is the ingredients, nothing else. Really, really love that one. So that's the conditioner I will be using. I will be getting mink oil to protect the new Bible case that I got too. So I'll come back and show you how I'll do that in a different video. But this one, the last thing you're going to need is some kind of cloth. These are called shine cloths, so they add a little shine after everything else. This one I've already used for a little bit, so I'm also going to use this to apply my my balm too. But the other one, it's nice and clean, so I'm going to use that as a good shine cloth. Okay? So let me get these out too. And I'm pretty sure you can wash them. I threw away the packaging. So like after so many times, I'm sure you can wash it, but I don't know. They're only a couple of bucks, so you may not need to. All right, first off, we're going to start with this Bible. So this is the Heritage Bible. And you can tell there are a lot of white marks. I thought it was like leather, like the blooming wax that comes on over time on leather. Like you get these blooming spots. But I heated it up and that's supposed to disappear, and it did not work. Like it continued to stay there. Like you can see them here. It made some of them disappear. You can see some scratches here. Again, scratches here, some scuff marks. I mean, there, you can see I've put this Bible to work. But you can really tell on the cover part. All right, so we're going to get the wipe. Remember, it's not scented. You don't want to soak your leather. When you do this, use a very light hand. What you're only removing is the dust, some oils from your hands. You don't want to like deep get in there and really, really scrub. You don't want to do that. Just lightly wipe everything off. You do not want to soak the leather, but you do want to, because whatever's on the item, leather TN, your leather Bible, whatever dust is on here, whatever oils is on here, and you go to use the hairbrush and you're buffing it in, you're going to buff that into the leather, and you don't want that. So make sure you lightly remove, and you can't really see anything, which that's good. You don't want to see the ink, the dye from your leather coming on here. You do not want that. The next thing I get is a paper towel, and I don't do a rubbing motion. I just do a kind of like a pat motion, so it kind of just lifts up the wetness. because some paper towels, depending on the quality of the paper towel, you'll start to get it to fray, and you don't want any of that stuff. So a patting motion is the only thing that you got to do. You're just removing any dampness from the wipe. Okay, that's all that was. You're not sitting there trying to clean off anything. You don't. No, that's not what it's for. You're literally just removing, again, dust, whatever's in the air, the wet wipe. Okay. Next thing we can do, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this on my traveler's notebook. So I'll skip the balm motion for the Bible because there's already so much oil on this. I mean, you could tell, like, it's still pretty shiny. There's a ton of oil. You can feel it. The only time you ever need to use a balm conditioner, like a leather conditioner, anything like that on a Bible, is if the leather is dry. It's dry, it's starting to crack, but 99% of the time, your natural hand oil is the best for any Bible. So I use this Bible a ton, so I know it's saturated with oil. So I'm not going to add any kind of other oils to it. It does not need it. All right, so I would highly recommend not to do it, especially if it's a new Bible too. This Bible's only a year old. So if it was 5 years from now and I wasn't using it and I was storing it the whole time, then that would be a different story. But this is a brand new Bible, so the only thing I'm going to do is the wipe, pat it with the towel, get the horse brush, okay? I got a little dust bunny here that wants to stay on the horse brush, okay? Make sure it's nice and clean. All right, we're going to take it in. We're going to do light circles. And you just do evenly circles across the leather. I don't know what this is going to sound like on the video, so if you need to pause it or mute it or something, go right ahead. I guess I'll give you a thumbs up. Well, you'll be able to see when I stop it. And I'm just doing light circular motions. All right. So now what we have, it took off some of the scratches, but there's still a little bit of that oil. And you can tell, like, it's shine, like there is a nice beautiful shyness to it. But I am not fully happy with it. I want to go back and I want to do it again. Trying to get this light to where it's not going to mute everything out.
Oh, happy Lilith. She's a happy baby girl. Yeah, she's playing with her toys.
All right, so the second time I go around, I'm going to put more pressure in on the brush. So still we're going to do these circular motions, and we're adding pressure to it this time. And if the horsehair brush sheds, it's 100% okay. That means you got a good brush. You want it to shed. You do not want it to stay together. And I would not recommend using anything else outside of 100% normal, natural hairbrush because it may scratch it. So the polyester brushes, all the fake stuff, you may do more damage than the natural hair. Okay, I'm going to go the opposite side. So I was going left, now I'm going to go right. My phone, okay. going crazy. And why I'm going left and right, doing multiple um, circles both ways, because the grain of the leather doesn't just go one direction. And what we're wanting to do is to get into the grain crevices, and we're wanting to buff out, to pull out whatever dirt, whatever oils, whatever's stuck in there. If there's scratches, sometimes this brush can actually remove like a light leather scratch. I'll go ahead and show you that too. So it can do a lot just with the simple brush movement. You can hear my Lilith. She's in the back having fun. Okay, so because we're not going to use the balm, I'm not going to use the old one. We're going to next get out our shine cloth. It removed a lot of stuff from here. It just, for some reason, this one spot will not disappear. Or over here, like mainly where my hands go to grab, go to pick up the Bible. I'm always opening the Bible, like wherever my hands mainly go to open the Bible, or when I'm holding the Bible, that's where all these marks are. So that's like a accumulation of my oils on my hands. And I got to figure out a way how to remove that. And I thought for sure heating it up would do it, but that didn't work. It did lessen it. I will say that. It did lessen it. And the same thing with this. You're just doing circular motions. This grain pattern is really, really tight. It has really small pebbly. So it's really going to take maybe more than just one brush for any like results to really work. I tried it on my calfskin. I'm going to do the same technique on my calfskin, you all. Wait until you see. So you can tell like there's some oil. Whoa. Okay. There's some oils. It may be some dye. Now, if some dye does come up, don't stress. It's okay. That's normal. That will happen. You don't want a ton of it coming up, then you stop immediately, because then that means the publisher did something's not interacting. That's why I highly stress don't add chemicals to any kind of premium Bible, because you don't know what the dye, you don't know what's going to clash, you don't know any of that. So the best kind of oils you can use for your Bible is your natural hand. So it don't need extra help. Okay, so let's look at both of these. Try our best to look at both of these side by side. Like it looks way better. There we go. That's how we'll do that. But you could still see, like, I know where all the spots are at. Logie, you came at the wrong spot, dude. Come on. All right, so that's what the goat skin. You're really I'm gonna have to do a ton of work with this. I'll get it out, but it's just gonna take more than one time. And I'll just go right back. I'll do it again. Go right back with the brush, and I'll brush it out. But for the sake of the video, I can't work. This is gonna need a lot of time. So the goat skin Bible, if you have a goat skin, you may need a lot of work to get something out, depending on how long the scratch has been in there. Now, if it was just made, like I just did that, the oil just now started happening, and it didn't sit there for a full year, then it will be a lot easier. All right, do I want to share? I want to get the worst one. Now, these are the mahogany calfskins from Skylar, and they have the most beautiful grain. Each calfskin's different. I have a little scuff here. I bet that will come out. There's some little marks over here, but those will remove. Some more scratches, like on the mahogany. A lot of these are going to disappear with that brush alone. But I don't want to work on the knot. Ooh, this one has a ton of scratches. Okay, this one may be it. Yeah. Okay, let's do this one. But again, this one's been sitting forever. This one, I've had it since 21. So this one may it may take more work too. Okay, so which side's the worst? Okay, let's do this side. Okay, we do a light. Oh, you wouldn't even see that on the black one. Let's do a light little wash, removing the dust, all that stuff. The calf skin's not as grainy. I mean, we do have grainy parts down here, but it's not as grainy as the goat skin, so we can just wipe off that wipe. And that's why I say don't get the fragrance like wipe, because you don't know what kind of chemicals, what kind of scents may counteract with the dye. Okay, same technique. Make sure it's nice and dry. All right, this is what we're going to come in. That wipe alone did a lot, but we can still see some scratches and stuff. Okay, coming in with the horsehair brush. The mahogany really does good. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to do a light brush and then come back with the heavy hand. I'm just going to come in with the heavy hand, just so you guys don't have to sit here forever and watch that. But the mahogany and this horsehair, you all, it feels so soft and supple after you do this. I did it to my Traveras and I was like, oh my. There's a guy that I've done his art guild. He's a preacher. I've done his art guild on his Bible. He's in my premium Bible marking Facebook group, Philip. And he used a horsehair brush on his goat skin. He just got it, but he was excited about it, so he wanted to do leather care instantly, which I understand that excitement. I did, and I wanted to do the exact same when I first got my Bibles too, but I was told against it, like don't do it. But working with more leather and seeing it, I'm like, why wouldn't I do it? I understand not adding chemicals to it because you can change the color of it, but just simply brushing it out, it's not going to do anything. Like you're not going to hurt it. Okay, now I'm going the opposite side. And because the mahogany scratches so easy, I bet a lot of people were afraid like a horsehair brush, because this is it's a pretty bristly brush. They're like, it's going to scratch it. Don't do it. So I was like, I got to be brave enough. I got to try it out. And the result is amazing. Okay, let's get the cloth. The grain pattern on these Bibles, I like the mahogany calfskin over any color goat skin of theirs any day. It's way prettier. And every calfskin that I get, it's different. It's like all the goat skins, they all look the same. It kind of has like a manufacturer look because they all look the same. They don't, but that's just what it kind of looks like, because they all look alike. They have that tight river. The only one that really didn't come out was this one over here. So this is the only spot. It kind of looks like something just sticking on it too. Let me get a wipe, because I don't want to sit there and scratch something and it kind of is like glue, which doesn't surprise me because I have a lot of glue on my desk. Yeah, that kind of needed more work, so I probably just scrubbed in, brushed in a ton of a ton of glue. So I should have done a better job with looking really, really closely at that before I brushed it. But okay. Oh, I'm so glad that came out. I just so very, very important. Make sure you really look closely at what you have on your Bible. Let me make sure. Okay. Now look at this. And you seen how beat up it was? How many scratches was on it? Like it had a lot. There was a lot on it. And now it's like it's a brand new Bible. I will be taking pictures outside so you could see it like in a natural light and not just with my, studio lights here. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, so here's a close up of the front. I'll do the front real quick. Let me change it different angles because it is a marble, so it has this marbly effect. Okay, remember all of these. Remember all this. Now there is a deep scratch. It will not buff out this deep scratch. That's pretty deep. Unfortunately, there's two of them it looks like. There's this one. That might be a scar actually. But I think it's a scratch. Yeah, I bet that's a scratch. That's just the marbling effect from the dye itself. Like that's just how it marbled. All right. So let's go ahead and work on. I don't want it to be washed out, but I want you guys to be able to see what's going on really good. We got some mess over here, some mess up here, and over here. Okay. So, oh, I don't like seeing that. Okay, get the towel, paper towel. I want to get a new one. Paper towel cleaning alone really shines it up. I mean, look at that. That one step. There you go. That one step alone really did a lot to the Bible to give it like a fresh, brand new look. This is what the paper towel looks like. There we go. See all that dust and stuff on it? Okay. Come in with the brush. Get some circular motions going here. It's like you're doing the wax on, wax off. I bet everyone knows what movie that is. Well, the older generation, I should say, will know what movie that came from. Careful, babies, you're playing by the water. Kids, be careful, you're gonna knock the water off. Logie, Lily,
Do you guys listening to Mama? Don't make a mess.
they're not listening to me and they're gonna make a mess and I'm gonna have to clean it up. Children, pay attention. Okay, so that's the first round. Man, this is amazing. And I wish you can feel the difference. Like, you can't really feel the difference. I hope you can see the difference. Like, in the video, I really hope you can tell the difference. And I'm not just doing this for nothing. That would be kind of sad. If you can't even tell, you're like, okay, you're wiping, you're brushing, cool. It's like there's really a difference, I promise. But like the feel of it alone after it's done, it's so soft. It really changes the texture of it. It has this beautiful feel. Okay, so here we go. That's a scuff. So that's going in and out of my purse. This and then this light little scratch. So that will not come off no matter how many times I try. The same with this. That's a scuff. It will not buff out. It did lighten it, but you know all that mess that was here. And there's a little bit more here. I bet that's more glue. Yep. You see how I'm able just to rub it off? That's more glue. I don't understand how glue is sticking to my Bible. I gotta clean my desk more often. I should clean it before I set my Bibles on it. Because it doesn't look like glue when it's on the Bible. Okay. Now let's come on through. It looks like a brand new Bible. You would never be able to tell this is like a 2-3-year-old Bible. Yeah, 3 years old. Wow. 21, 22, 23. Yep, 3 years. There was a bunch of mess right here. That's all gone. Man, that is so amazing. That really, really did an amazing job. So I love it. And again, whenever I learn something new, you know I have to come here and I have to share it with you all. Okay, so that's enough with the Bibles. So, and again, like I said, the horsehair shed, that's completely normal. You want that because it shows that it's a good product. So for the sake of the video, I'm only going to do the outside of this TN. I'll do the inside later because I got a lot of stuff I got to take off. So make sure, TN is Traveler's Notebook. For those of you who are new here, I've recently got into Traveler's Notebook thanks to this one right here. My spiritual mother sent it to me for Christmas, and then it just, I love the size. I love everything about it. You look at my Bibles. I'm a huge, huge leather girl, so I really, really love leather. Oh, that's the pin loop. I'm like, what's sticking up back here? The pin loop. Okay. Same thing, you all. We're going to go in. Let's get a clean piece of wipe here. And we're going to wipe off all the dust, all the dirt. This one, let me take off this so it's not being annoying. This TN went with me to the hospital when my son was in the hospital. I had all your guys' prayers in it. Oh, we don't want to do that. We don't want to soak it. No, 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 no. Pay attention, cat. We're not trying to soak it here. We're just lightly brushing it. You could tell my mind switched off when I was sitting there talking about my son in the hospital. Still hard to talk about sometimes. I know I still haven't made that video explaining what had happened, how it ended. All right. But he's doing better. Like that's the great news. He's up, he's walking, he's back to himself. So praise the Lord for that. Okay, so the dusting off is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out our balm, any kind of conditioner that you have, it doesn't matter. That's what this one looks like. We're going to get our cloth. And the main focus with this is just applying it evenly. And staying away from the stitches will be best, but if you can't, I mean, it's okay. But it's best to try to stay away from the stitches. We can pop this out. There we go, so we're not working around it. And what this conditioner does, it makes it fresh looking. So it brings up the natural oils from the leather. It shines it up. You're like, I don't know if I want to say like you're stimulating the oil or the leather, but you kind of are, because all the natural oils, they come up back up to the surface, and then you're, see how it's starting to get like crackly here from the spine where it's opening? That will soften it and moisten it, so it will not crackle. Oh, I was like, what's shaking? I'm shaking it. I'm shaking the desk. So I'm really going to focus right around here. And this is a patina leather in the pocket size, Chic Sparrow. This is the older version. They changed the style of pin loop that this one has, and then the logo is different. They no longer apply this. Like, I wish they did, because so many of my girls want that same quote. Such a beautiful, beautiful quote. And like I said, it came at a perfect time. Tears are prayers too. They travel to God when we can't speak. And that was so, so true. Okay, so we're supposed to wait 5 minutes to let that sit in here. So let me pause this for a minute, get a drink, because it has to sit, because after it sits for 5, maybe even 10 minutes, you can keep it on as long as you want. We're supposed to buff it out too, so we want to wipe it off. So the longer that it sits here, especially in these cracks and stuff, the better. The better it is for it to absorb it. So um, I will be right back. Okay, so what we're going to do, you can use a clean, or you need to use a clean cloth, but I'm going to use the same one, just a clean spot. Same thing, same circular motions, and we're just buffering it off, out, however you want to say that. I will be coming back and adding more to these cracks, because that really worries me. I want to make sure it really gets to soak in there, because that didn't really get to soak. Okay, so then we take the brush, same thing like the Bible. And you do the inside the exact same way that you did the outside. But I have a ton of stuff in there, so that's the finished product. It is so beautiful. Okay, There we go. My lighting is so off. Like now these cracks, they don't look so dry. They do look like they're healthier cracks. So that does make me feel better, but I will be going back again. That's just from one time of that balm. That's how good that balm is. So if you do have a product, it's real crackly looking like that, apply a couple of coats and it will be better. Okay, so that's it, you all. That is how I care for my leather at this time. When I get more items, learn more things, I will continue to come here to share my journey with you all. Um, that's it. Remember, be a creative tool in our Father's art box. I will talk to you all later. Bye.